Hey man, let's jump right into it. Dr. Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard is in the spotlight again. Fair use.
Dalton Mayor Tiffany Henyard, who is also Thornton Township supervisor, is suing both Dalton trustees and the township's Democratic caucus after losing the nomination for her leadership role.
She claims the caucus process was unfair and accuses State Senator Napoleon Harris, the caucus leader, of voter suppression. In Thornton Township, Henyard claims Harris and caucus organizers locked out supporters during the December 3rd nomination meeting, forcing many to stand outside in freezing weather. She alleges the process was rigged and says the decision to hold a caucus instead of a primary denied voters their rights. Harris denies the claims, insisting the caucus followed state tradition.
It's about the process as a whole. It's about the people. I've always stood for the people. That's why I'm called the people's mayor, the people's supervisor. And that evening, I was very confident that I will be victorious in getting a nomination because the people really do stand with me. But I was not able to display that because our voices was taken.
And Dalton Henyard's lawsuit accuses trustees of limiting her power to appoint leaders like police chief and village attorney. Trustees and caucus members deny the claims, calling the lawsuits a distraction.
Today,
RJ.
KaiR, if I just look at her face when she speaks, she's smiling the whole time, as if she's not believing herself. Can you just play just like a small part where she's talking? Let's play it without sound, just so you can see what I mean. It's just she smiles like she doesn't believe herself, like she's like, yo, I'm really talking, trying to convince them. Just look at the face. This is something serious, right? Here she's,
It's already smiling.
and it's like, yo, I can't believe myself. Look at that, man.
Maybe
I find it, yeah.
It's of the same philosophy as Kamala, bringing back the joy.
Bringing back the joy.
The joy, yes.
Yeah. How did that work for Kamala? Just asking. Guys, before we continue with the show, remember to rate it by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel and hit that notification icon so you stay up to date when we drop new videos. KaiR, we did a show about Tiffany last week. It actually got a lot of engagements. We actually had someone who said, who claimed at least that he or she was also present that day.
That's the comment of the week, by the way.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna talk about that. So that comment.
You can tell a bit more about that comment because I think it's very interesting. You're right. The fact that the person said she was there 3 hours before the caucus.
Yeah. We would appreciate if you guys can confirm it, of course, those of you who were there. But yeah. And she said that she wouldn't accept it and that she would litigate. And so, yeah, take it away, KaiR. What can you tell us this week?
Well, as you can see, she is suing. And it's been quite a hectic week because I'm going to show another video of other people standing up for her. Well, other people that know her. Other people that share the same home as her. Other people that, well, let's see. Yes.
Calls herself super mayor, not giving up in her battle to be on the ballot for next year's election for Thornton Township supervisor. Today, Tiffany Henyard and her supporters held a fiery call to action meeting.
I keep telling them, put some respect on my name.
Tiffany Henyard and her
Birdman. Maybe she would change her name. Run for the Birdman of the politics. Well, we know how that ends. It's gonna end. What happened to that girl? What happened to that mayor? What happened to that mayor? They put a caucus in that mayor.
Yo. Okay. Put some respect. The only thing left is for her to say, Google me.
Google,
Yeah, go ahead.
Google me, Google me.
My
Pay
name.
you.
Tiffany Henyard and her supporters
This young lady deserves that seat. She's done a hell of a job.
speaking out about what they call unfair practices at this week's Democratic caucus for Thornton Township supervisor. Henyard was denied a place on the township ballot for re-election because she didn't have a certified assessor on her ticket. That's what we were told by an attorney, with State Senator Napoleon Harris getting the Democratic nomination instead.
On December 3rd, 2024, your right to vote was hijacked by your committeeman, Senator Napoleon Harris. That's
something that she keeps saying, your right to vote. I have a problem with that because if a lie unchallenged will become the truth in people's minds. It's not the right to vote that is being taken away. It's the right to vote for her.
Yeah, semantics.
This is a mess. She keeps saying your right to vote has been taken away. No. You can vote whoever you want.
Yeah.
You cannot vote for her. You have to write her in.
Yeah, so I guess the only thing that matters here is whether or not the democratic rules and procedures were followed.
Yep.
A lot of people like to say, hey, I have the freedom to do this, I have the freedom to do that. But according to the Constitution, and you see that all across the world, in constitutions, usually a right is acknowledged, but there are clauses that give the government, or at least certain governmental bodies, the power to limit said rights and freedoms if there are legitimate reasons. For example, the most obvious one, KaiR. We had a couple of Diddy episodes, and we did cover the Diddy raids that took place. So the raids that was done at his 3, I believe, houses, mansions, homes. That's an invasion of privacy. That's trespassing, right? But it's legal because there's a procedure that if you follow that procedure, which means you need to show that there are reasonable grounds to do so, and only like certain officials can do it, and you would need a signature here and a stamp there. But if that is done, you are allowed to, let me say, legally legally invade, legally limit someone's right or freedom. So in this case, the only question is she's talking about taking away their right to vote. If the laws and the procedures, right, the regulations allow or allowed the party to choose a caucus instead of the usual practice, then you can't really say they took it away. So the question is, did that happen lawfully? According to her, she was locked out. People weren't allowed to get in. So a lot of things were said. And did you see in the clip, she said, I'm your mayor, I'm your supervisor. She even forgot what role she is in, because she's calling herself a super mayor. And I believe you told me that as a mayor, her annual salary was
50K.
50K.
50K. It's a supervisor. It's a Thornton
Supervisor.
supervisor. That's 225.
250K.
Yeah, 225. I think.
225K.
Yeah.
So that's like
that's
almost
money.
5 times.
Yeah, that's where the money is. Now she's only making 50K.
Yeah. And so,
of course, we're gonna fight.
Yes, she has to fight it, and we know she has the money. She's been the Thornton Township supervisor, and we also know And we also know that according, so this is not what, okay, so this is not what the double thought is saying, but according to the rumors, if the rumors are true, we know that she didn't use her own money because allegedly she was using oh, OPM, other people's money.
Tiff, I
She was
have
rich
a.
that hey, KR. She was rich dad poor daddying.
She's rich, she's rich, but dad, poor dad, everything. Tiff, I have a. I have a.
According according
I have,
to and let me just say this,
I'll let you finish.
according to the various news outlets, right? So it's like it's contradictory. It's like head on contradictory. So which one is the truth? Who knows?
Yeah. So Tiff, I have a. I won't say any advice because we don't give advice here at the Double Touch Show. But I've noticed something. When you want to fight, you might be the best way to show you're in the fight is to take one in the ear. We've seen what happened to someone who took it in the ear, and the first thing he said, fight, fight, fight. Find yourself a gangster. They can't aim anyway. They can't aim. Usually they can. Well, you might catch one. It can go wrong as well. But you find someone who can aim a little bit and hit you in the ear. You might have a chance. People.
Just stay away from Luigi. That's all I'm saying.
By the way, guys, we're talking about Luigi the second part of the show, so stay tuned.
If you didn't get that joke, yeah, you'll get it later on. Yeah.
If you didn't get that joke, go watch Manhattan. What happened in Manhattan a couple of days ago?
Or
Well,
as it's being referred to since last year, Gotham City.
Gotham City, yo. It's wild. But anyway,
so corrupt.
the cities are corrupt, yeah. But hey man, it's and you know what's crazy, RJ? I'm gonna show you something else as well. Because she's claiming that they're trying to restrict people's votes.
Okay.
Now riddle me this. Fair use.
Suburban Dalton is getting an early start. Embattled Mayor Tiffany.
Welkom in de toekomst.
Give me a second. Well, there's a
you're
couple of things
traveling.
happening. Yeah, it is what it is. VPN.
I told you to take it. I tell you every time, man. You're trying to put on VPN
I'm trying
so you
to
can get
avoid tracking.
so you can get cheap tickets.
There we have it again. Here we have it. Fair use.
And Dalton is getting an early start. Embattled Mayor Tiffany Henyard is running for re-election. An associate of hers filed an objection to disqualify Cassandra Hobson Jordan, a mayoral candidate, and Zanisha Lee Harrison, a trustee candidate from the ballot. The two are running under the Rebuilding Dalton party banner, I should say. The objection claims the party doesn't meet Illinois election code by having a full slate of candidates. However, attorneys say that law was struck down in 2017.
It's about democracy because Mayor Henyard is trying to prevent an opponent from being on the ballot and giving the voters a choice. It's about hypocrisy because just the other night on Tuesday at the Thornton Township Democratic Caucus, she was making a big fuss, threatening to go to court over the fact that she was not able to be considered at the caucus because she didn't have a full slate.
Meanwhile, Henyard continues her push to be on the ballot as Thornton Township supervisor. She has threatened to sue in that political battle. A special township meeting was called to order about an hour ago.
So according to this news, What she's claiming is happening to her in the Thornton Township, she's doing the same in Dalton.
Yeah.
Exactly the same, actually. But the
Yeah.
problem is she's using a rule that has been thrown out since 2017. What are we, yo? She's making a mess. Oh man. Anyway,
Hey, it's not what. So she's okay with it happening as long as it doesn't happen to her. So as long as she's not the one being negatively affected, then it's okay. And you know, KR, that's importance of having integrity.
yep.
My grandfather, rest his soul, was someone who was very, 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 very opinionated. And what he believed in strongly. And you could say whatever you want about him, but at the end of the day, you know where he stands.
Consistency.
People like that. What?
Consistency.
Consistency. Yeah. You know his opinion. He's not gonna change it. He's not going to water it down. It's not no, it's
Changing,
this is my
jumping from
this,
left to right, always the same.
I might be wrong, but I'm never in doubt. But in politics, you can't really do that. Because in politics, no, let me just say, with that characteristic, if you're not really flexible, you oblige people to take sides. Either they're for you or on your side or against you. But in politics, you need to be able to dance.
Twerk. It's not, I'll call it twerking. It's not dancing.
Okay, twerking for the votes. A twerkathon, if you will. And
Yo, yo, that's a wild. Yo, twerk for votes. Twerkathon.
KR,
That didn't work out so well for. Come on.
KR. Listen to this.
Oh man.
Listen to this one, KR. A twerkapalooza. For the votes. you need the votes. So
Yeah, you need the votes, yeah.
and so you're just more fluid, right? And so
Yes.
hey, but if you don't watch out, you won't be able to see for yourself the line between, let's say, I don't want to say good and bad necessarily, but the line between ethical and unethical. And if
Yeah,
you tell me, if you're telling me that you're so, if you can stand there with a straight face, now we know that she can, because her face, she smiles, right? She knows that she's BSing people. But if you can stand there with a straight face, saying to the people that the Thornton Township, that they've taken away your right to vote. Meanwhile, on the other side, in your different role, you're doing the same thing, and you're even doing it illegally because it's not allowed, according to what that reporter said. Apparently, it wasn't allowed since 2017. Then, to me, it tells me enough about you. You're not to be trusted. You'll just say what you have to say in order to get what you want to get.
Yep. Yes. Hey man, that's the truth. And I do agree with you with regards to politics. Sometimes people have to twerk, but you have to be very careful how you twerk. Because if you're twerking one day on the left side and the other day you twerk on the opposite side of the same topic, that looks very sketchy.
Yeah.
That's a lot of politicians have been doing that
Yeah.
throughout the years. Presidents,
Yeah. Vice presidents.
candidates, yeah, vice presidents as well.
Yeah.
We've seen people jump from one side of the argument to the other like it's nothing. And that's
No
when you
tax,
have
no tax on tips.
yo. No, that's not working. That's hijacking. That's hijacking. People,
Okay,
other
KaiR.
people's points. Yo, how can you run for president and mid your campaign you say, hey man, I'm gonna check that other person's campaign points and put it up to mine. That's a
Yeah.
wild thing.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
if you decide to, this is also something that you to take into account, because some parties, and of course you have like the national, so parties on the national level, and you have parties on the state level and lower, etc. Right? So, but generally speaking, see, I mean, if you're doing it and you belong to the blue party, and you appear too easy, you might feel something while you're twerking.
Whoa.
And
A baby oil or something. What?
yeah, I'm not saying baby oil, but I'm saying you might feel something. And seeing as though it's the left, you don't know what it is.
I think it's time to ask you guys for your input on this one, because I don't know where RJ is
Because
taking
we know,
this.
because we know the right, can twerk.
Oh my god. Guys,
Oh, man.
guys. Is Tiffany Henyard fighting for justice? Or is she trying to hold on to power at any cost? Let us know in the comments what you think about this. We want to hear from our viewers. This story is far from over, and we will continue to cover it these upcoming weeks. And it looks like it will go on up until April. So it's not over yet. So guys, keep on following, subscribe, and let me know, is Tiffany fighting for the voters' rights, or will she crash out in court? And what does that mean for the upcoming elections in April? Let us know in the comments your thoughts. We'll be picking the best comments to feature in our future video, in one of our future videos. So make sure you share your hottest take, RJ.
Yes, we will be highlighting some of the best comments in our next video. So if you have a hot take about Tiffany Che Guevara Harris. Yo, I was gonna say Tiffany Haddish. That's
That's another one.
that's another one. But if you
Was
have a hot
Sissy
take, that's another one. Yeah. If you have a hot take, let us know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. As you know, here on the Double Thought Show, we talk about different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
Yeah, sure. Talking about the comments, next part of the show, it's going to be your thoughts, the best comment of the week or comment of the week. And that goes to Tiffany Gibson, who, like we already started the show with, she responded, gave her comments, added her comments to the last show we talked about Tiffany Henyard. It was a well-received show, a lot of engagement. And we have Tiffany Gibson 3113 dropping 2 comments. The first comment was, Tiffany is a liar and it's time for her to go, period. I'm tired of people making excuses for her being a fool. Amen. And think we agree with you. I think it's very interesting. You can also ask yourself, where do these people act? What do these people actually see in her? Because ain't no way she's been digging up a grave for the budget in Dalton the way she's been doing, and people are saying she's doing a great job for the community. You have to be blind, or you have some kind of a, I don't know, mentally retired, um, something like that. That's how I'm gonna say it right now, RJ. That's how I'm gonna. I'm not gonna say mentally retired. The mental is not there anymore, or has never been. Her second comment was Tiffany Gibson 3113 again. If there, I was there. So was Tiffany. They always scheming. It backfired. That's all. And she had been there. She had been there. We did have to show our ID and prove we were part of township. But there was someone else who said they were there 3 hours before. Oh, it was Slim Pickens who said she outright lied because she had been there in the building for over 3 hours before the caucus even began. So there's a lot of people asking themselves, right? What are we doing? She's been lying. She has been lying. People have been confirming. Think a long time ago, like 6 months ago, we did a show about her. We had also people from Dalton chiming in, talking about all the things that are going wrong, and their opinion. I mean, there's still people who are supporting her, and it's gonna be probably it's gonna be a tight race in April. It's gonna be tight, and hopefully people choose the right person for the job. And if they don't, we have another 4 years of content, RJ.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that it's going to be, it's definitely going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a tight race. Let me start by saying that. What I do know is that it's going to be a very intense one, because when you, it's clear that you have animosity. So you have them versus us versus them mentality right there. And the more opposition, the more black and white it will become. So I know that it's going to be it's controversial, but I don't know if it's going to be close, because I have to say honestly, at the end of the day, KR, the people that are coming and talking, usually the people that they're interviewing usually aren't the people that will make a difference. So their votes will make a difference. It's the collective that will make a difference. So we don't know how many people there are who are not on the internet, who are not on social media, who do not get invited to speak on the various networks, that they might go and vote. Because we talked about it in a past show, Tiffany focuses a lot on the older generation. And so she's giving them the attention that probably a lot of people aren't giving them, and it might work. So yeah, we'll see.
Yes, we'll see. Guys, let us know in the comments. I mean, if you have a great comment, let us know, and then we'll pick it. Maybe it's one of the comments we'll pick in the future. We always have a Reddit story. The Reddit story, which covers a commonplace situation, and we try to help someone, give some insight on how you can solve these problems. This Reddit story is always chosen by RJ. And RJ, what do you have for us this week?
Thank you, KR. Yeah, so just to be clear, we're not giving advice here. We're just commenting.
Did
So
I
if
say
you crash
advice?
out, no, but I'm just saying, just
Oh.
clarifying, because if you crash out, it's on you.
Wait,
Uh,
the last few months, let's be honest, I've been a quite supporter of crashing out
yes, you have.
for your wife, crash out for your kids, crash out on your brother.
And that's just, hey,
Now crash out on your man, on your husband. Anyway, tell me,
and
what's
that's
it
just,
about?
and that's just the story about Baltazar. Oh man, that dude was out there, man. No, but this KA, we're gonna talk about a Reddit story I came across. Husband not manly enough. And the full title is I left my wife after she kept making comments about me not being manly enough. And now I'm not sure I did the right thing. They're both 42.
She's right. I already know.
Yeah.
She's right. Yo, stop it here. Stop it here. It's over. let me totally. Yo, the story is already done. I haven't even put on my glasses. What are we doing? What are we doing? The story was over even before I put on my glasses. Continue, RJ. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I left my wife. So I took a decision. I made a decision. And now I'm not sure I did the right thing.
Come on.
Okay, but the story goes as follows, because maybe when you hear the full story, it might change your mind.
Maybe.
Guys, let us know.
Maybe
Remember
I'll
to drop your comment in the comment section. Story goes as follows. We've been together since we were 18. She was my first everything, whereas she'd been with a few people before me. We have an 18-year-old daughter together who is an amazing, brilliant, and kind person. I couldn't have asked for a better kid. The last few years, my wife has been making the odd comment about my manliness, etc., and I've just brushed it off, but she's really stepped it up the last year. And I ended up leaving her about 3 months ago over it. I don't want this to sound like a humble brag, but I do think I'm quite manly, in quotation marks. But also just being a normal person. I'm tall, work out a few times a week, and I can do any DIY around the house, except your wife. I can fix cars. I used to be an amateur boxer and cage fighter, and I still do it as a hobby to keep fit. The things she said that aren't manly about me are I like to bake. What did you say?
I said vote for Kamala.
I like to bake. I like to cook. I don't drink. I don't care if other people do it. It's just not for me. What do you think about those three, KR?
I know that a lot of professional athletes who are considered men of men, sometimes leaders of men, they don't drink either.
So but what do you think about the baking and cooking? Does it make you less manly?
I don't think so. I mean, you have to survive, right?
Yeah. Okay. What about the following? I like Taylor Swift, Charlie XCX, Ariana Grande, Sabrina Carpenter, etc. My main choice in music. What?
Depends on how you sing those. Do you wiggle your head when you sing it, or do you keep your neck straight? If you know what I mean.
Well, I think it's more than that, because when Tyler dances, her neck stays straight. I'm just saying. So My main
Well,
choice in
doesn't matter if her neck stays straight. If the man's neck starts wiggling as well, well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. I don't know.
My
Continue.
main choice in music will always be rap. But having a teenage daughter, these sort of artists get played, and I like some of their songs, so I listen to them. I don't see that as a bad thing. Me neither, to be honest. I have
No,
a
it's not.
powerful car and a motorbike, but my preferred method of transport is a VW Up, Volkswagen Up. It's a small car with a little engine, but if it's just me and my gym bag or work bag, I don't see the problem. Plus, I'm not one of them who feels like a car someone drives means anything. My ex-wife disagreed and said I give off a certain vibe in it. It's giving frutella. I tend to walk away from arguments with strangers. She perceives any slight as a personal insult. If you cut in front of her in traffic, she's leaning on the horn. Don't say thank you if you hold the door open. She's screaming and shouting at you. I just prefer to let things slide. An example is someone was being obnoxious to me on a night out for no reason. He was in my face calling me all sorts of names and even pushed me off a couple of times. I just smiled at him and walked away, saying, I hope he gets home safely. When he got home,
I'll say this much. Well, that's a mature way to deal with stuff like that because
yeah,
people get skitty pop over stuff like that.
yeah, and a broop, poop, poop. Okay, but we almost there. When we got home, she said, I embarrassed her in front of her friends by letting him talk to me like that. I said, that's the point of me knocking out. I said, what's the point of me knocking out a drunk kid who's half my size? She said, I'm a doormat for the world. There's a few other things mainly connected to stuff me and my daughter have in common around stupid social media videos. She said it's like living with two teenage girls. In September, I left her. I said I can't be spoken to like this anymore and be belittled.
Mhm.
It's not fair. Even then, she had a dig and said a real man would change.
No.
She's changed her tune since then, and she's willing to go to therapy, both individual and couples, and try to sort out our issues. One moment. I don't know if the cuts from things who are I don't know if the cuts from things she said are too deep, though. Since I've left, I felt more relaxed and happier. You don't say.
Come on, man. What is this guy doing?
I don't have to worry when I put a song on or want to bake a cake or cook something a bit different, what would be said, etc. At the same time, though, it's scary as she's all I've known, and being alone and meeting new people scared the life out of me, as I've never done that before. Everything is telling me I'm on the right path now, but I have a niggling doubt in my head that all those words she spoke about me are true, and I'm an annoying person that will be alone forever.
What? Yeah, he does everything right, and then his mentality just switched at the end. He's he doesn't have high confidence, I think. I think that's the problem here. Because to be honest, I don't see anything that's not manly. So I'll give you an example, right? But I'm quite straightforward in a sense that I put a high priority on peace of mind. I've been to a date. I'm gonna go back in time. I've been to a date one time, or a hangout. Let's call it a hangout. More like a hangout. I find myself, I don't know why I find myself in this situation a couple of times, but hey, I was hanging out with someone, and I played a song, one of my favorite artists. Well, he dances a bit weird in the song, but hey, it is what it is. He's still a great singer. Um, straight heat. The song is straight heat. She, the person I was hanging out with, started talking crazy about the guy, and I'm like, and you know, when people start talking crazy, try to insinuate certain things about you as a person. That was probably the last time I hung out with that person. Hung out with that person. Because I'm like, dude, what are you trying to say? You're trying to insinuate something that's not there. And this guy, I'm not gonna, if this is gonna go further, I know where it's going. You're trying to challenge me and trying to talk crazy about one of the great singers. I mean, the guy is a fantastic. I can play you the song after. I cannot play it now right now because it's a copyright. But it's the same situation, right? You love playing Taylor Swift. That doesn't say anything about whether you're manly or not. It doesn't say anything. Man, but then I think the problem is at the end, right? He starts doubting himself, like, am I going to be alone for the rest of my life? What are we, dude? Just elevate, become yourself. He's saying to himself, he's writing it down. I'm more calm, I have more peace, I feel better. Start building from there. Find someone that aligns you in your peaceful space. Some people are very, I don't know, dependent on others to get a feeling about themselves. I think that's the problem with him. But I don't know. I'm just rambling at this moment.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying. He's never been alone, but he's feeling happier. And I think what men usually have, KR, in relationship is, I think men oftentimes feel responsible for the woman, and they have like they feel like responsible, and despite all the shifts in emotions, because a dude wouldn't take it from another dude. I mean, as a man,
Yeah, slap
if you
around.
start, yeah, I mean, if you so man in that regard, so it's not like you can be emotional, but it's like be emotional, feel the feeling, and then keep going. What's the next step? And know that it's going to be hard, right? But don't keep continuously talking about the same thing. Oh, I feel this, I feel that, I feel this, I feel that. And I think that, man, oftentimes they, especially care when you get into a relationship at a young age, say 18, because they've known each other since they were 18.
Yep. How old is he
At
now?
that age, you didn't have the knowledge to know how to deal with a woman, and so that set
The president.
a precedent. And so it's difficult. And now I think two things. One, he might feel like that, as he said, like, yeah, I don't know what I have to do now. But on the other hand, I think that he's still feeling like responsible. Like, hey, the
I think
mother of
he's
my
scared.
child, first
He's scared.
love. What?
He's scared.
I think it's a combination of scared for himself of being alone, and
No, he's scared of going out there. Doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't know how to raise a woman.
yes, the
as
same
they say.
thing. Same thing. It's that, and the other hand, it's also I think, pity. Like, oh, she's working now, she's going to therapy. I might think of doing. She'll insult you in therapy, and if you don't watch out, the therapist will do it too. So
They'll tag team you.
yeah. Okay, let me go to the comments so we can move on. Feelings Fabulous says, "You, sir, are a unicorn, forever sought after but rarely seen. You're the treasure at the end of the rainbow with all your interests, talents, abilities, caring, and intelligence. If, and hopefully when, You sever ties with her. Take time to figure out what you want and deserve from a partner and a relationship. Take your time to find a real deal, as you deserve someone equally well-rounded. Tight Shift 5706 says, OP, listen to shower. Oh no, some of it. Even. Why the F do you need a therapist, other than to be apprised that your wife is one effed up woman? Dude,
Yeah.
she has given you a priceless gift, your freedom from her sick, vile persona. Of course, you're feeling better. You've removed yourself from a mean-spirited, ungrateful whack
Toxic.
job who is nothing but toxic, obviously resentful of your relationship with your daughter. Quick secret, you will have no problem replacing her, and she now knows it. For Christmas, if you haven't already, have her served with divorce papers. It will be a gift for yourself, one that will keep on giving. Okay, two things, Tight Shift. First and foremost, that's a bit too detailed. It seems like you're projecting. And second of all, it seems like you also wanted to push the gift on keeps on giving comment, because
Find
it doesn't really
yourself a
fit in this.
JUCO, man.
Doesn't really, yeah.
Find
In any
yourself a
case,
JUCO for
in any
Christmas.
case,
Find yourself a JUCO for Christmas. And if you don't know what's JUCO, go search for Coach Greg Adams' streams.
no. So, guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions in the comment. Do you agree with our take? Do you think that he needs to fight for the marriage? Or do you think that it's over and done with and that he's better off without her? Please let us know. We'll be highlighting the best comments in the future show. So if you have a hot take, do not hesitate to drop it. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates. And yeah, a lot of you guys are watching. We're seeing a lot of engagement, so really thank you for that. You're also sharing your thoughts and opinions. Don't forget to subscribe. We need the subscribers count up, and a lot of you watch but aren't subscribed yet. So if you haven't done so already, it would mean a lot to us if you subscribe. With that being said, KR, what's next?
Next story is going to be the story of Luigi Mangione. Today we're talking about the shocking story of Luigi Mangione, a golden boy turned fugitive. Down.
Oh my God! It's completely out of touch, and the insult to the intelligence of the American people and the lived experience.
Looking like a celebrity.
What's happening, Luigi? What's going on, Luigi?
Luigi, me, Mario. Me and Mario.
What's happening, Luigi? What's going on, Luigi?
Me and Mario.
What's happening, Luigi? What's going on, Luigi?
Me and Mario.
What's happening?
It's a story that has privilege, pain, and ultimate tragedy. Let's dive in, RJ.
Louis John. Yeah, man. The black Luigi, the Louis John is sitting here, man. Yo. I was wondering why he didn't yell something when he got out. So he only yelled it one time. I thought that he would yell it on more multiple occasions, actually. But I think he said it's an insult to the American people, injustice or something like that, referring to the healthcare system, I believe, and in general, and so the healthcare system in general in the U.S. and the United Healthcare modus operandi in particular.
MO, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, whatever. KR. Hey, let me. KR, you might be a
I
smart.
thought you were going to ask people to subscribe, etc. But I don't know.
Well, now I am. Guys,
Okay,
if you haven't done so already, remember to subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates, and don't forget to share the video as well. We appreciate your support, and remember the best comments will be highlighted in the future show. KR,
okay.
you threw me off with the Luigi. Give a man a break.
Well, I have some comments from the family.
Okay.
My brother would never do this. Let him go. My brother would never do this. Let him go.
Nah, but all jokes aside, hey man. Let's start.
You can do the segment with the hat
I
on.
know it threw you off because
You can do the segment with the hat on.
Yeah, it looks crazy though. It looks great. It looks crazy. I'll be honest. It looks even crazier than I thought. When I came up with this idea. Don't want to sit here the whole show with an L on my forehead. Well, we can use this in the future. We can use this for people who are gonna give L of the day. Now, all jokes aside, man, it's crazy. We've talked about this deletion that has taken place last week, during the last week's show, and it's quite crazy if you think about it. And the more there's revealed about this guy, the more you hear about the backstory. We're talking about someone who was the golden boy of a well-known family. A well-known family throughout Baltimore, a dynasty actually. A family that owns golf resorts, nursing homes, a radio station. By all, he grew up with the world at his feet. He was the valedictorian of an elite Gilman prep school. Went to an Ivy League school. Has earned himself an engineering degree. Speech, reflection of his intelligence, determination has all been inspiring to other classmates. He was destined to greatness, for greatness. But somehow, he popped off and showed out in December. Well, December has been the month where people usually crash out. That's a known fact. People crash out, always crash out. Relationships I don't know if you know that, RJ, but if you notice to the pattern of the years, what you will see is in December is when criminals start popping off. Make sure that the enemy, the op, is out of sight for the next year. They can so they can increase the Q1 and Q2 numbers.
Performance.
You get put out of commission in Q4. That's the month of putting out of commission.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy story. It's a crazy story. If you break it down, the way he got caught at the McDonald's. You know why he was at the McDonald's? By the
Why?
way? I think he was trying to get himself a pardon.
A what?
A pardon.
A pardon? Oh,
Yes.
he was looking for Trump?
He was looking for this man right here.
The salt on it. You got the salt on it.
He thought maybe he can
Never
catch him.
touches the human hand.
Very good. Very
Nice
good.
and full.
Thank you.
So this is compliments of me. Okay.
All right.
You go have a good time. Don't eat too much, right?
Have a great day.
This is fun. I could do this all day. I wouldn't mind this job. I like this job. I think I might come back and do it again. Thank you.
You heard that? Maybe I'll come back and do it again. I thought maybe I can get myself a pardon right away. Pop off and get yourself a pardon in the same day. Guess it didn't work out for him. RJ.
Yeah. Thing is, I saw his history. He's like I don't think he ever had a stain on his rap sheet,
No, nothing.
and everything
It's a
seemed
perfect kid.
yeah, a perfect dude. But I don't know if what I'm about to say is true or not. But I understand that there was a point where I mean, the last 3 months he was lost, or no one knew where he was. Do you know something like that?
12 months. His
Okay, 12
family
months.
has been missing for about 12 months, around about 12 months. So to give you a breakdown, he had like a accident when he was because he was living sometime in Hawaii. That's according to the story. He lived down in Hawaii, got injured out there in his back, and he had to have some surgeries. And during that period, he had some run-ins into the troubles of dealing with insurance companies.
Yeah.
That's the story right now. And he's been kind of off the radar with his family for the last year or so. Definitely the last 3 months, they haven't had any
With
contact
his
with
family,
him.
or with his family, or from his family?
No contact from between
Okay.
him and his family. It's been
Okay.
kind of a that's the story right now. That's what I read. Maybe I could be wrong, guys. Let us know in the comments if I'm wrong. But definitely the last 3 months he's been radio silence. So he's been kind of, I think, probably planning whatever he was going to do. And then you have to have laser focus. They are saying could be that during his injury, he had some problems with not being able to perform in bed. That's what they are alluding to. I've seen articles saying that men that cannot have nothing in bed, they can't find anything in bed, or are prone to deleting people. I'm like, what the heck are we doing? What are we talking about? Anyway, it's been a crazy story. It's been a crazy story, and it's still not there. And the story, it's like, RJ, you know what I realized about this story?
What?
It seems like it's a full-on meme. We are living literally in meme culture now. Because I got caught after last week's show. I underestimated the amount of memes and videos people made about this story.
Were they a lot?
So people cannot see it, right? But you have the script open.
Yeah.
Scroll down till the end of the segment. You can tell me if it's a lot.
Let me see.
You don't have to show it to people, but
Are these all memes?
these are all videos I came across. I got caught up in the vortex. I got caught up in I was on IG. I was scrolling up. trying to find some news stories, see what's up there. This is like back to back. I couldn't get out of it. Back to it. This is like maybe 80 videos, 80 links,
Wow. Yeah.
something like that.
Wow. Yeah.
How
Something
many
like that.
links are you seeing? I think it's probably 80.
That's
Something
a
like
lie. I didn't count it. I'm not gonna count it either. But it was more than
Are you sure?
50.
That's more than 50 right there.
Yeah.
And that's just a part.
And
You know
that's
what's
just in a
crazy?
very short time span, right?
That's the crazy part. And now people, when he's running out, because you've seen it as well, right? When he was walking out, someone said, "Hey, Luigi, it's me, Mario." And now you have reporters. RJ, it's getting crazier. It's getting crazier. Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Fair use.
This was just from a few hours ago, and here they are, 10 o'clock as promised. They said earlier today, tell Ashley Banfield that Luigi is watching at 10 o'clock. I mean, obviously, that's just a hard roast at this point because they're not near Luigi in any way.
Can I just ask the guys if they can hear me right now to answer yes or no very loud? Does Luigi have television in his single cell?
No.
Unreal. They said no, right? Obviously,
They
we
said
have a little
no.
bit of a
He
delay,
doesn't
but
have
they're
a
getting.
TV, and
Yeah,
that's-
they're getting the questions and they're giving us the
They're
answers. So
getting
he
it.
does not have. Wow, this is quite something. This is the strangest interview I've ever conducted.
Me too, Ashley. According to the Department of Corrections, he's got his own solitary cell. It's not solitary confinement, but he's by himself. It's not dorm style. I'm not sure exactly what those guys got going on in terms of a living situation. It sounds like they're all clustered together. Isn't it interesting to see what accommodations that they have? They got their own light switches. They're obviously watching TV
They're all doing
past
it.
any sort of 10 o'clock curfew, Yeah, they're
Oh my
doing
God,
that for you.
look at
They're
this,
watching
Alex.
News Nation at this very moment.
They answered a couple of questions. So I'm just showing you a part, but there were some back and forth. They're like 3 questions they asked. They asked them, is Luigi, does he have, is he watching us right now? And there were like a couple of, this is like a full meme. People doing interviews by screaming from inside of the cell. I mean, what are we doing? This is crazy, RJ. It's crazy.
The question is whether he's protecting, whether his VB is still integral. Whether he remember what Cat Williams was trying to protect. I'm wondering if
Well, people are saying with a smile like that and abs like that, ain't no way that VH was even before he went in. But
yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Internet
I mean,
is undefeated, man.
it's undefeated. It's yo. I'll show you. I mean, I can show you a couple of these memes, right? And it's, by the way, guys, think it's horrible thing he did. It's crazy to pop a CEO in the middle of Manhattan. That is crazy. That's literally insanity. Whether what the insurance companies are doing is right or not, popping someone in the middle of Manhattan is the definition of insanity.
Yeah.
And he didn't stand a chance. So if you pop someone that high in a company, you're gonna get FBI on you. You're gonna get the FBI. So they were gonna get him regardless. The question was the time span.
Yeah.
And what didn't help him as well is that he showed his face. He showed
the
his face
lady.
to flirt with a lady. Maybe he's fish and meat. I don't know. But he eats the fish
I don't
and
need
the
to
meat.
ask you. I don't need to ask you in that analogy which one is fish and which one is meat.
I don't know. I don't know either. No comment. I don't want to get into a debate and crash out like Billy Carson did.
Yeah. Oh, that's wild. That's wild.
We know, yo. I've never
That
seen a
was
crash out like that in a debate before. But hey, that's
Yeah.
another story. That's another clip. But yeah, it's he went to flirt, showed his face, and the person who called from the McDonald's, the reason why she called is because she heard some other customers of McDonald's making a joke about the fact he looks like the guy who popped the CEO. She went around. This is even crazier, RJ. She called 911. You know there's 60K on his head. You know that, right? They
Didn't.
put
No.
60K on his head. The only
To
problem is
catch him alive.
catch him alive. The one who phones in the tip.
Yeah.
Only thing is you gotta phone the right number though.
Who did you phone?
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, RJ. I'll let someone who knows more about this break it down. And we have used this video in the past, so shout out to him. Shout out to him. This is crazy, RJ. I don't know why people's comprehension skills are a bit shoddy sometimes, but fair use. Fair use. Let me zoom in a little bit.
Many of you may know that guy that health insurance CEO was caught. His name is Luigi Mangione. Now, how he got caught was he was reported by none other than an employee that worked at a McDonald's in Pennsylvania. Now, that employee has a problem. They lack something I like to call basic skills of understanding and comprehension. Now, I need you to pay attention and comprehend this video, or you won't end up just like them. Listen, first things first. Again, Luigi Mangione, a CEO. The police said, oh no, $10,000 for whoever identifies him. Except for the fact that I just lied to you. That's not what the police said. They said up to $10,000 in a reward. The FBI then offers their own reward for up to $50,000. And this is how they get you. Remember what I keep saying about comprehension and understanding. The McDonald's worker probably in there thinking, hold on. 10,000 plus 50,000? They offering 60,000. We finna be on. No. That's not what they said. Because first of all, the police and the FBI are very different. The police said this actually down here. They said, oh no, we're not giving you 10,000. We giving you up to 3,500 if he's indicted. Doesn't mean if he's charged. That means formally charged, and that's going to take a while. We'll give you up to 6,500 if he's convicted, which is really going to take a while. The NYPD came out and said, yo, TikTok, you making us look bad. That worker is eligible to earn that money. Now let's go to the police website and see what these words eligible and up to mean. Reward amount based upon the police's committee review. That means to give you this money, I got to review it. Did she call the right hotline or did she call 911? She called 911. Ooh. Committee, what y'all got to say? Minus 2,000. Okay, how much did her information really help us for real? We was already looking in that area anyway. We was going to find it. Committee, what y'all got to say about that one? It's the holiday season. Minus just 1,000. The point is, however much money they give you is up to them. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, at least the FBI is giving a larger amount, right? The FBI said, well, first of all, you got to be nominated by an investigating agency like us to receive that reward. We're kind of busy right now. We don't know how long it's going to take. After after we nominate you, like the police, we do a committee and we see how much you're going to get. We're kind of busy right now, though. And if we decide to give you anything, we're going to take all that information and give it to the Secretary of State. They kind of busy. We don't know how long that's going to take, and they still might say no. But love, bless, thank you for the info. Now, here's the point. These systems, even your law enforcement, are in place so you stay broke. Because the bottom line is that McDonald's worker is either never going to see the money, or it's going to take them years to receive a fraction of that money that they still have to pay taxes on. And the irony of all of it is this was all Luigi's point. That like health insurance companies, the systems that should be here to help you, in fact, do be scamming. And there's nothing you can really do about it because they're the system. What's that McDonald's worker finna do? Call the police on the police? That being said, do I condone Luigi's response against the system? Well, in general, I don't condone people getting like UnitedHealthcare has done to millions, the legal way. Bro felt like this was his only response, so I won't be arrogant enough to say if I condone his actions or not. Because in the end, nothing is as simple as black and white. Luigi Mangione was valedictorian of his Ivy League school. Came from a wealthy family who it turns out might be connected to health insurance agencies. Go check out Tiffany Henyard. She did some insane research to find that out.
Yeah. So might even catch the full reward. She should have called the tip line. She called 911.
Yeah.
Total crash.
And to the guy's point, that's exactly what Luigi was trying to argue against, right? So that was his whole motive, that the system is continuously lying to us. It's a very dangerous, because it's the truth, but it's very dangerous for, because I think it's gonna get a lot. That sentence is gonna be heavy.
They're gonna make an example out of him. The only person I can remember who did something like this and went out and without any punishment. You remember him, Christopher Dorner.
Yeah.
That was the way he went out was like crazy.
Yeah.
Caught up in the mountains, popped off. They popped him back. They even burned the house he was in. It's a crazy end. Maybe he should have chosen that route.
So didn't they unalive them by drone?
They did everything. They filled up that cabin with lead. Then they burned it out, and it was also a drone or it was a robot. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It was
because
crazy.
He was also eventually. What?
He was a trained soldier. So
yeah, he was like a real vigilante as well, right? He was really going around.
Police, like 3 or 4 police.
Judges.
Did he pop off at judges as well?
I think so.
Can't remember. I think it. I knew. Can't remember. It was the police chief of his station. He popped off at, and 3 or 4 other cops. That was a crazy story.
Yeah.
And that's when social media wasn't that big yet. Imagine if that happened these days.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's a very, because that they're finessing us is like a fact, but usually we're conditioned to say we can't do anything. We're victims.
Yeah.
But I read somewhere that, I don't know if you read that one, KaiR.
The female.
Yeah. The female said, was also like she was also denied something, and she said, well, you're next.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
And now she's sitting there.
She cited the quote. She cited the quote.
Deny something. The three letters that were on the cases. Shell cases, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the question is whether this will start a revolt against the system, or maybe the system will change by itself because of the mounting pressure. Time will tell, man. Time will tell. But we're gonna keep following this story. Luigi is now that I think they're trying to transfer him back to New York. The question will be, can they find someone? RJ, this is going to be a big task for the prosecutor. Can they find 10 people that haven't been done wrong by the system?
The people that haven't been done wrong by the system, and who's they? Who's they?
10 people.
No,
That
you
10
said,
people.
can they find? What? Who's they?
I said the prosecutor. The prosecutor. Because you have to be judged by a jury of, was it 10 or 11? I don't know.
So can they find 10 people in the jury?
That yeah,
So-
that are not biased.
Yes,
Pro
they
him
can.
or against him.
It's possible, but there's just one problem. They're still minors, so they
A minor.
you need to put them in a bubble, give them like 16 years in the bubble, and then you put them on the stand.
And then you can judge him. Yeah, it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough because I think
And
a
the
lot of
question
people
is, even if that is, the question is also, even if that's happening, is such a drastic measure the answer? Yes or no?
I don't
But
think
I
so
think
either.
that's why you need to. That's why it's always important for people to have options. Because if you feel like you're being wronged for left and right,
Yep.
you'll be like, okay, clear. Well, I need to take matters into my own hand.
Yep. You're right. I'm gonna end this segment with one of the. I think this was, I think probably one of the funniest skits I saw from this. By the way, RJ, do you know that I think a couple of hours after that CEO got popped, they had a shooter lookalike. Oh shit, that shouldn't feel
Contest.
good.
Yeah.
Contest. It's crazy. Like I said, we are living in the meme culture. A man gets unalived. At 7, at 9, they're doing a lookalike contest.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's take a look at that final meme.
Luigi, you're telling me
Serious.
you whacked the CEO of United? We said whack CEO United, the head of the fucking Japanese mafia. What the fuck have you done, Luigi? Just fucking Christ.
Do you realize what you've done, Luigi? Wait, why is there so much wind? Are you calling me on a city bike right now?
Bro, what the fuck is he giggling about?
He said a cute hostile word and complimented his smile?
Luigi, I swear to God, if you took off your mask, your nephew's a goddamn idiot.
And apparently a psycho. Not a bad day for the Mangione. He says he escaped to the woods.
Oh, thank God. Huh?
Wait, why do we hear a horse and carriage? He's in fucking Central Park.
Luigi, come on! All right, just relax. We left you an escape plan in your backpack. You ditched that in Central Park.
You thought they were gonna identify you by your backpack, but not when you gave your name to the barista?
Luigi, come on, man!
I mean, look at this. My nephew looks just like me. I'm gonna get laid from this.
Gladys. As long as he stays put in the safe house, he'll be all right.
Bad news, he got caught.
No!
Good news, the McRib is back.
Hey!
Guys, let us know in the comments what you think. We want to hear from you. The question on everyone's mind is why? Why did this happen? Was Luigi's crime fueled by personal pain, a vendetta against the healthcare system, industry, or is it something else entirely? What do you think? Was it inevitable that Luigi, who was spiraling out of control, would come to this situation? Drop your thoughts and comments below, and we're picking some of the best comments to feature in our future video.
Yes,
make
we
sure-
will be highlighting some of. Yeah, we will be highlighting some of the best comments in our next video. So if you have a hot take, do not hesitate to let us know. Also, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. So as usual, we want to thank you for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's close today's show with 2 short thoughts. Short thoughts is the segment where we give short responses on commonplace situation or trending news. Let's start with the man who crashed out over 1,200 old for unsold Perico. When you gotta self yourself, what is Perico? Google it. Google is your best friend. Perico is that Betty White. For those who don't know, I'm trying to help you guys to get used to using Spanish words because, might have to talk to people who sell that Perico when you need it. Anyway, fair use.
Yes, in a couple of years, you'll hear, "Sí, señor presidente."
Yo, that's a wild one. Fair use.
Can't give me nothing.
When Sean Thomas was released from a Pennsylvania prison in 2017,
Can't give me nothing.
When Sean Thomas was released from a Pennsylvania prison in 2017, he says the state didn't offer to help him get back on his feet.
Vacate, that was it. Whatever you had from prison, that's what you came home with.
Thomas served 24 years for a murder he didn't commit. And like other wrongfully convicted men and women, like Willie Veazey, Walter Ogrod, and Johnny Berry, the state of Pennsylvania didn't have to compensate Thomas for the time spent behind bars.
Some of them don't got houses. Some of them can't get jobs because when they ask you, where was your last employment? You ain't working 30 years. That's a big gap.
This man got $4 million after he was wrongly jailed. And he crashed out over $1,200 that was owed to him by a friend. How do you say that? A friend of his girlfriend over owed unsold Betty White. So he thought, you know what? I'm out of prison and start my own business with the $4 million. I continue what I know best. So I've been spending the last 20 years in the pen with people. They call it university, not for nothing. It's an Ivy League school for some. For others, it might be the last part of their life. But hey, it is what it is. It's an Ivy League school. You never know. But he crashed out and deleted Akeem Edwards, a friend of his girlfriend, over unsold cane. And now he's about to get sentenced February 2025. RJ.
I think KaiR, what he did was he thought, okay, it's not really working out here for me. The government ain't helping me. I ain't getting no jobs. I have no CV. I need to think of something. I need to go back to prison. Okay.
With $4 million in his pocket. Well,
Yeah,
probably minus the taxes, but
Hey, KaiR.
still two. He bought himself a pack with that $2 million.
KaiR.
Jesus Christ.
You can call him. Not smart. But maybe he's smarter and we give him credit. Because
You're trying to share something. Oh.
No.
Hmm.
Because he was thinking to himself, I want to get back, but I want to make sure that A, I stay in, and B, I stay in as long as possible. So let me so let me delete this person so I too can sit in the pen with Luigi and make sure, you know, I get my I can eat. I know my friends, I
food.
miss my friends, and so on and so forth. So that's what I think happened. Well, in my world, in my universe, I'd like to think that happened.
Free food. It's crazy, man. It's crazy how people crash out. People crashing out. Oh, you've got 4 million probably after taxes. You probably have 2 million left. Do something with your life, man. Try to find. And I think probably it's I think, and I'm not gonna say that's the sole reason, but sometimes people are institutionalized. That's the way they know. He doesn't know anything better. He got locked up when he was 20. He never bettered himself. Some people are crash outs. Some
Which
way,
is
somehow he got out.
which is a shame, because then KR, if we have to if we have to, that means the state took away his life twice.
Well, the
One,
first time is because he was involved with in a robbery, of course, right? It's not like
yeah,
he
I'm
is
talking about
totally innocent.
the innocent part.
Okay.
So the first, so if he was imprisoned innocently at first.
Well, he was involved in a robbery that turned into a deletion.
Yeah. Okay, so
And he
the state
got probably they wrapped him up with everyone.
This point is not gonna fly. Never mind. Let's move on to the next one.
So the story. Sorry, my bad. So the story. This is the story, right? The story is he was Thomas was previously convicted at age 20 for a second-degree deletion in the killing of a entrepreneur during a botched robbery. So probably, so his 2017 release was influenced by the Pennsylvania Innocence Project, though prosecutor argued he wasn't entirely innocent. So he probably was involved, but he wasn't the one who, I think, he wasn't the one who pulled the trigger. So they wrap everyone up.
He was the Kiffy D of the crew, if you may.
Let's go to the next one, man. You're trying to go somewhere I don't want to go. Leave me out of this Kiffy D stuff. Now you're linking him to Kiffy D. Maybe he was the one who talks too much. Anyway, talking about another crash out. Do you remember this crash out, RJ?
Which one? Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna stop it right there.
Yeah,
Stop it right there.
Yeah, I remember it, man.
That's definitely, by the way, guys, next week, Christmas week, we'll have a crash out show. Make sure you tune in, because I'm pretty sure this guy is 100% eligible for the crash out show.
Yeah.
What his eligibility is 1,000%.
Yeah.
We're gonna break down this situation again.
Yeah. And just so you guys know, the crash out edition is like an award show, right? Just like America's Got Talent. Now, for those of you who watch the show, you know how it goes, right? You have the first audition, and then you have the next round and the next round. But there's also a golden buzzer. And if you're so good that you press the golden buzzer, then you can skip 3 to 4 rounds, I believe. Okay. The bench jumping ninja got 4 Look at that. Look at those eyes, man.
They had to, they had
Silence, silence of the chicken got got.
to, yo. I don't want to say what went through my mind a second ago when you said silent of the chicken.
Dude got the golden buzzer from all jury members. So
Yeah. He's definitely there.
crash
He will
out.
probably we'll have a top 5 or top 6. I'm not sure yet. We might increase it a little bit, but yeah, he's definitely there, man. As one of the people who have crashed out. But hey, RJ, he got 26 to 65 years over this.
Hey, man.
I think we talked about it. It's inevitable that he was gonna get convicted for this stuff. They're gonna make example out of you, man.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah,
they're gonna make an example over Luigi crashing out on that CEO. You're gonna be made an example when you crash out on the judge, because they'll and I'm not gonna say the system doesn't want this to happen, to become a precedent where your people are jumping the bench trying to crash out on the judge, and not like a normal judge, even a female judge.
Yeah. Everything that you shouldn't do, he did.
Oh, man.
On TV. So
yeah, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
This is crazy. Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, sayonara. He's 31. So by the time he's out, he'll be 50, 57 at minimum.
At minimum, as you said.
At minimum, because it's 26 to 65.
Now, okay, you know, in argumentation, you have the ad hominem attack. This is the first time I saw a ad hominem attack. This dude, this dude.
This is wild, man. I mean, throwing away your future over the judge trying to lecture you, because I mean, we've broke this down when it happened. She was lecturing him, talking a bit crazy, but that still doesn't justify you jumping on the bench, over the bench, trying to catch her. She was trying to, I mean, sometimes judges push the people around, trying to get them to wake up, because he was, I think it's like he was at that time, it was if I'm not mistaken, it was like a certain amount of time he's already been in court of about certain violations. So she was trying to talk him like, what are you doing, this and that? This is not how you go around in life. He thought, F this, I'm gonna attack. Well, I guess it's the end, man.
Yeah, it is. I have nothing else to say. And I think we covered this well enough. All I have to say is, guys, thank you for tuning in. Remember, if you have your hot take, do not hesitate to let us know. We have to know what you guys think of the crash outs we just discussed. We will have a crash out episode next week, so not this week. Not Thursday show, but the week after. And after that, we'd have another one. So December is the crash out season. Yes, the season to be crashing. And so remember to tune in. But before that, if you have a hot take, do not hesitate to drop it. Let us know so you have a chance to get an honorable mention in a future show during the comment of the week section. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. And don't forget to subscribe with the notification icon. Share the video with your friends, your family, and your enemies. And we'll see each other in the next one. Until next time. Peace. Do you have that one as well?
Give me a second. Give me 2 seconds. I gotta check that one out. Let me see. I
want to
need
know.
to.
You're
I
really
have them
shocking
all,
with that.
but the question is, can I find it? Can I find it fast enough so we don't waste too much time? Let me
But
see.
now there people are waiting already, so you might as well.
Oh no, this is Castle. This is Castle. Let's close it out with this one. I have 180 theme songs right here, back to back.
Yeah.
I need to know the name. Well, that's the end of Luigi, I guess.
Yes,
Peace out,
that
guys.
is-